Shout out Maury. The James Charles situation is crazy.
So it's official. Somehow James Charles has managed to make himself look even worse than he already does to many people out there based off of the past that he's curated for himself with, I'm not going to get into everything, but trying to turn straight men gay, his repeated unintentional interactions with minors. Apparently those minors lied about their ages and they were on adult dating apps, and somehow James Charles just kept getting mixed up in that, but I suppose that still tarnished his name, and now it seems like recently it has managed to get even worse because TLDR, James Charles had a former best friend by the name of Kayla, who broke up with her alleged abusive boyfriend. Apparently this guy was beating on her, choking her.
Don't tell me he tried to steal that man from you after you broke up with him for abusing you.
Hitting her over the head with random miscellaneous things. And while having all that information, James Charles still went ahead and had sex with this guy. Yes,
that's insane. This nigga cannot help himself. It's actually insane.
Had sexual contact, sexual intercourse, and honestly, bro, and I say this with a major pause in between, cause pause, but how horny can you be, bro? Is the D that important for you to literally sleep with your former best friend's domestic abuser because you find him cute?
What?
Yo, she said, you just broke my jaw, and this man really just said, good. The same man James Charles decided to sleep with, even after having all this knowledge. You can see the lump on her head, bro. Like, honestly, bro, if you have a best friend.
You still did this? This is your best friend, bro? And you did this? To the man, you had sex with the man who did this shit to her?
A girl best friend, and she's being abused by her ex-boyfriend. And for some reason, because you thought he was cute, you thought he was hot, even after knowing everything he did to your best friend, you still go ahead and decide to sleep with him. Honestly, that's crazy.
Insane, bro.
Yeah, this is bad.
Dude.
Yeah, again, that's
why
really
did
bad.
I already know, bro. There's a statistic that says like they try to leave 7 times before they finally do it for real.
And here we have the boyfriend, Evan Johnson, who had to say this to defend himself by saying,
the 9 months we were together, she said the whole 9 months I was abusing her. Right? Why would we go out all the time and do all these crazy adventurous stuff if the whole time it was just terrible?
Bruh, you don't realize.
Bro, come on, nigga. I literally just said that as devil's advocate and just said what happens. They try to leave you several times before they really muster up the courage to just do it. Because you're abusing them, nigga.
Is that you can still be abused and have fun, bruh. You can be actively abusing someone in a relationship and on your off time of not abusing them can still be having fun with them. Like, as strange as it sounds, there's a lot of toxic relationships out there that operate like that.
If I was such this terrible guy, why would she be with me? She could have left me at any second. She's way more up there than me. Has more money, like all this stuff. She don't need me. And if she figured I was no good for her in the time being, she would have left immediately. I promise you that.
Well, unfortunately, in reality, it just doesn't work like that for a lot of relationships, as baffling as it may seem.
Because every time you abused her and she was thinking of breaking up with you, and then you guys did an adventure or something, she's like, see, this is the guy I fell in love with. And then you go back to that stupid shit, and then it's like, damn, bro.
I don't know why people don't leave, men and women. They want to stay in these toxic ass relationships, literally getting their asses beat, being physically and verbally assaulted. I don't know what it is, but I will say though that just because somebody decides to stay, even though they're being actively abused, does not justify that abuse. Literally, it's still against the law. It's domestic violence. You can literally cop a charge for that. So if you as the alleged abuser cannot see that and think you're justified in whatever actions you're perpetrating against this other person, then all I gotta say is that you're retarded. And by the way, this person is obviously bisexual. Guy swings both ways.
Yeah,
he is simultaneously the penetrator and the penetrating.
Hey, yo.
Honestly, strange times we're living in. But here's what this guy who knows James Charles personally had to say about the situation.
So James knew.
Yes.
That's a fact. The only question is, he either didn't believe Kayla or he didn't care. Which one do you think it was?
He didn't care. James didn't care. He saw that, Evan was good looking. He thought, he obviously even told Evan, like, you're everything that, like, I look for in a guy. You have abs, you work out, you take care of yourself, you're super tall, and, you're a man.
He said Evan's everything he looks for in a man. Abusive, manipulative, pathological liar.
So basically,
Literally.
James Charles was just horny as hell, bro.
He
This man
had
let the
to be
beat get
thinking
to
with
his
his
head
shit,
so
bro.
much so to
Pause.
the point to where he disregarded his ex-best friend's entire abuse from this man allegedly being choked and lumped up over the head, and he still said, "Fuck all that. I don't care. He's hot.
And he wanna
He's
act
cute.
like,
I'm attracted
hey,
to him.
sisters,
So I'm a
I'm
smash."
this
Like,
nice
that's
guy.
crazy, man. Allegedly, that's
Crazy.
crazy. But apparently, after hearing all these allegations and James Charles getting wind of what was being said about him by this man, Kayla, and being exposed for smashing his ex-best friend's ex-boyfriend alleged abuser because he was cute. Here was his response.
James started the friendship as, I'm here for you. I've been through the same kind of things. Like, I want to give you advice. Listen to me.
There were some initial messages which we can put on the screen. James said, "Hello, I'm just now seeing these. I'm absolutely not on his side and would really, really appreciate it if you would leave me out of this. I only ever spoke to him because he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went through."
So now James Charles is the one being manipulated.
Yeah,
That's funny. I mean,
alright.
technically speaking, he has been manipulated, I suppose, many times in the past because he was just horny as hell. It's funny to me how all of the manipulation, that James Charles has gone through in the past has stemmed from him just being uncontrollably horny. Like, this man
Yeah.
cannot control his D.
And he says it was
Yeah, bro, this is not looking good for you, James. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is crazy. Then you want to go, he manipulated me. No, you were horny as shit and you did anything he said just so that y'all could have sex, bro. It's
a really personal and sensitive
Come on, bro.
topic that I had empathy for. I
Keep
felt
the stack.
disgusting and awful, and I've stopped responding to him altogether.
You mean after you smashed? You stopped responding to
After
him
you got
after you apparently James Charles put him up in a house, provided him free lodging, free bedding, free meat. Pause. Allegedly, James
meat.
Charles wanted that in-house buddhism, and honestly, I wish that word did not exist, bro. But like,
that word is disgusting, bro. This nigga gave him a house. Insane, bro.
again, we're living in strange times.
Your best friend's abusive boyfriend, you put him in a house, had sex with him, gave him free food, all of this shit. Insane.
Man.
Let's talk about whenever we were in the car and you
I
were
would never be
FaceTiming,
I would never be your friend again, let alone best friend. Fuck no.
Evan all the time.
The ex-boyfriend who allegedly abused Kayla.
You remember the time when you were just talking about how fat your ASS was?
Not surprising for James Charles. I mean, he's always been obsessed with his ass.
You remember talking so badly and poorly about Kayla and pretty much hyping Evan up that he wasn't in the wrong, that he won out of this? Like, let's talk about the time when we were on FaceTime and then you hung up and then you
He airing his shit out, bro.
sent a message on Instagram and says, I have a big surprise for you when you get home.
Oh, I wonder what that big surprise was.
Just remember, I went home with Evan, so I saw everything. You remember the photos you sent?
Oh, I wonder what photos those were.
Multiple photos.
Oh, multiple photos. Okay, James.
You just had
bro.
to show it off, didn't you?
Show what off? I wonder what.
You
Stop,
just
Mori.
really had to get to Evan, didn't you?
Yep, he tried to slide him in the...
If I'm wrong,
What the fuck is Mori talking about? Bro, shit, what is this? Bro, what's going on, bro? Mori sound like he into it for some reason, bro. He's like, what else? Nigga, chill, bro.
please come at me. Please. If you can prove me wrong, come back at me. But let's see where this goes. Because you definitely need to be called out and stuff needs to stop getting deleted. Just because you have power and you have followers does not mean absolute shit. You're in the wrong and you're in the wrong. That's it.
Does not mean absolute
So
shit.
speak up. Stop hiding. Stop acting like nothing's happening. Because I'm not gonna stop. If I have to get everything out there, I will. I am not going to stop. So James, what's your response?
Honestly, James Charles, he wouldn't be in the situation right now if he could just control his horniness levels. Like, bro, this man,
Where's
like
this crying
every
clip
guy
from?
he feels like he's attracted to, he just can't help but find a way to get what he wants, even at the cost of a relationship with his own close friend. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I know nobody wants to hear another story about James Charles, another video, but I thought this video was kind of a good topic to talk about because I didn't think James Charles would ever go so far to literally sleep with somebody who allegedly abused.
Okay, big pause on this. Not that I'm his type and not that it fucking matters, but that nigga would never move me, bro. That nigga would never move me.
One of your closest friends. Does that make any sense? That's like me going to the hood, somebody robbing me, stealing my car, and then the next day I see one of my best friends hanging with the person who just robbed me.
Yeah.
I literally got headbutted, robbed, they took my car, and now you're hanging out with this person, talking, laughing, dancing, sipping on some mojitos or whatever the fuck. Like, nah, that's dirty work. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, until next time.
Hey, W video, Maury. W video. That shit's crazy, bro. This nigga, James Charles, gotta control this nigga's horniness, bro. He gotta control his horniness. Her abuser isn't alleged anymore. He's in jail now. Ugh. Insane.